Let's be honest, there's no guidebook when it comes to relationships. So we end up having to stumble through life trying to figure things out for ourselves. What if there was a podcast that found the answers for you, that provided insight to build a successful relationship and ultimately find the companionship you've always hoped for? Welcome to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we answer the questions most people are afraid to ask when it comes to lessons in life and love. It's time to master this thing called life together with your hosts, John and Ashley.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we are your love guides, your dating guides, hurricanes, tidal waves, small bits of sunshine, and Marvin Gaye guides. Sure, why not?
We're the blurry blob at the edge of the universe, and we're going to make this thing crystal clear.
That's it. Look at that.
Posted up, they saw the edge of the universe, and it's nothing but a great big, huge, blurry blob. We'll find out in 250,000 years if that's true or not. Anyways, we are talking about online dating, and we're going to throw some pretty good stories at you today, and then Thursday, we're going to start breaking this thing down into just how you really shouldn't do it.
Yeah, like online dating is not our thing, and you'll find out more why. But I think today we're just going to kind of have some fun with this, and we're going to read some stories that really hit home why online dating is so freaking useless.
And these are actual stories that were published. The first one, and this one I've got to hit on because I have a guy at work that does this, and it's like every other day. So this woman, she went on a date with this guy. He took her to her favorite sushi restaurant. They got dessert. They went for a short walk. They talked for a little bit. And at the end of the date, he goes, "I love you."
I'm going to be honest with you. Ashley is a lover, a monogamous lover. I fall in love like often and unhealthily. So I've been there, but I never.
Yeah.
You couldn't fucking catch me doing that. I would have to literally leave the date. If I really felt like an overwhelming sense of, I'm going to tell this bitch I love her, I'm going to tell this person I love him. Like, no.
Yeah, this girl to this poor guy, he had their entire life figured out. He was ready for a full commitment. If it wasn't "I love you," it was "Would you marry me?"
Right. And I really do feel bad for the guy because it happens. Sometimes you have these really great dates with people. And if you haven't been on a date in a while, it starts to feel like that. But no. Listen, guys. No.
Just no. I was talking to Ashley before the show. I have these phases that I go through, and I use these as my checkpoints. It depends on how often I'm thinking about the person and the way that I'm feeling about them, and have they met my requirements as far as do they have the traits that I need in order for a relationship to work between us. Because if they don't have the traits, it's not going to work. Something's going to be missing, right. and I'm always going to be frustrated. First, they have to catch my attention. If they don't catch my attention, there's nothing there.
She caught his attention.
She definitely caught his attention. Then there's attraction, which probably happened like 3 seconds after attention. Then I move into the curiosity. I want to know more about them. And the more I learn about them, then I move into intrigue. And then from intrigue, then I start getting into that whole honeymoon thing where that's like the infatuation point, where you just want to spend every waking moment you possibly can with them. Then that moves into, okay, now I'm ready to move into commitment. Those are my phases.
Yeah,
See, he went from attraction to commitment.
I do something like that, but I think, like I said, I'm a lover.
Oh, yeah.
I would just never. And I think that's the message here. Guys and girls, listen, it is okay to feel like that. If you have a date that went really well and you're like, I could see a future with this person, I really like them, but never, ever speak about it. You keep it to yourself until it is an appropriate amount of time. It's not the next date.
No. For me, I can go out and I analyze shit. That's what I do. I'm analytical. I analyze everything. That and perfection are my biggest weak points. Perfection is number one.
You?
Analysis is number two.
A perfectionist?
Oh, no,
John?
not me. It only took me a year to get the darn website up.
I don't see it.
But I'll sit there and am I here? Am I there? have I moved into more intrigue, or do I still want to find out more about them? And if I'm real with myself, really honest with who I am, I want to be like, yeah, I'm still in curiosity. I'm not into intrigue yet.
Yeah. See, I'm just like, does it feel like love? It's love.
I had one girl ask me when we first sat down for our first date. She asked me, so you said you like me. Why do you like me?
Oh, boy.
I was able to go through point by point.
Like you had a PowerPoint ready, didn't you? I can see it. You had like a red laser and everything.
Well, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, well, when we first met, our very first introduction, we were standing at this point. You had your tray. This is what was on your tray. And she's like, you can remember that stuff? And I was like, when stuff hits me as being important, I remember every single detail. It's like a movie. It's like streaming online.
Yeah,
I can fast forward, back it up. But I remembered our first conversation, what she was wearing, everything. And I see this in you, I see this in you, I see this in you, and this is why.
Crying, probably crying.
She was like, wow.
Yeah, it's true though. When you feel that way about someone, it's very easy to remember all that stuff and very easy to replay it. And I think that's what happens to some people is they get stuck. And by some people, I'm those people. You get stuck in the fantasy world or the romanticizing and the romantic aspect. This guy didn't even make it out the parking lot though. No. So he's in a different league than I am.
Yeah, scary. But this is like...
yeah, it's alarming.
This went from online. If I stick with the normal rules that I've read about online dating, it's about no more than 10 messages, period. No more than 10 messages before you ask them out. So normally a lot of people, they say 5 or 6.
Some people, it's the same night. Like,
I'm talking about messages back and forth.
Yeah. Some people, it's literally just happening.
Yeah. It's like, hey, how are you? Want to go out? Sure. Okay. But this is like their very first date. And this guy is like, I'm in love.
I'm telling you, there is nothing wrong with feeling like that, guys. But keep it to your fucking self. Please, always keep it to yourself.
Let's see. Do we have another one?
We have time for one more.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, people. So we have one more for you. And this one is a doozy.
What is wrong with people? This is like the proof that I need, that solidifies I am done with. I will never again date anybody I meet online. That is, oh my God.
So she says that they met on a online dating app. They met up, they went to dinner, and then on their way home, while they were walking, he tells her that he believes the only way to make a connection with somebody is to be locked in a room with them until they become friends.
No, absolutely not. And then she goes by saying nope, and she got the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Good choice. What does that even mean? You're
2 adults and you're on a date, and then you're going to voluntarily lock yourself in a closet for 5 seconds in heaven.
What the fuck does that even mean? Like, the fact that he had the audacity and the bravery to say that, he's crazy. That man is literally got other women in his basement. Like, who says shit like that?
What, we're not friends yet? You can't leave.
Where are you going?
Step away from the knife.
Yeah. Right? It puts the lotion in the basket, dude. Like, that's all I keep thinking is, this man is going to kill you. Like, if you guys want to do an escape room together, that's a safer way to say that.
Yeah, you're kind of on a time limit, but still, what the hell?
Still, somebody else is, like, locked him in a room?
The only thing I can think of is that he took lessons from the guy from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What goes through your head when you think that telling somebody, this date's not over until we lock ourselves in a room until we become friends?
What, am I going to go to your house? Absolutely not.
It just boggles my mind. I mean, it reminds me of some clients that I fired. I was like, I'm not the coach for you. Go away.
Please go away.
Yeah, your list of standards. Here's a coach that I know. It's $730. They teach you how to manifest.
Here's a coach I know. His name's Dr. Phil, you fucking creep. Like, that is so creepy to me. And I can only imagine the look on someone's face if they say that seriously. Well, I think the only way. Like, I just picture, like, the Saw doll or something like that. It's fucking weird, man.
There's this one girl that I talked to at work, and I can tell when she's starting to get annoyed because of some of the people that come into resort.
Oh, everyone who comes into a casino isn't super happy and not annoying?
Well,
Oh.
our new poker room is like off the casino floor, so it's an extremely long walk from where they get all the drinks prepared by the bartenders. Then they have to carry it out the casino, down a hallway, through another door.
Oh my God.
It's a friggin' walk. They go in there, they take all the orders from all the poker tables, and then they come back and they start dropping everything off. And you got this one dumbass that's been sitting there. And when she asks, do you want something? They go, no. Then she comes back, can you give me a couple shots? And she's like, what the fuck? You couldn't ask me 5 minutes earlier? So when I left work today, I was like, so if I leave, I'm not going to come back and find like a murder scene, am I? And she's like, no, but you can get me a pillow. I said, I'll bring you one.
Well, if you leave with that guy, you will. Because he's fucking weird, dude. I cannot get over the fact that he was brave enough to admit that he's literally a fucking creep. And if you have a justification for this, please say something to us. If you can understand why somebody would say this, I need to know. I need to understand this because that's fucking weird. It's not only a red flag, it's a red, blue, green, navy, like whatever color you want. It's every flag.
This is the SOS signals being fired up in the air.
Right. I would have definitely called the cops or something.
Apparently there wasn't any follow-up explanation that this guy gave because she's just like, nope, and I got the hell out of there.
What do you want to hear after that? Like,
what I'm just joking.
He's like, no, you aren't. You're fucking disturbed.
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you.
I sometimes say stuff like this, but my tone of voice, my body language, everything pretty much says, I'm joking. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, and also, it's probably on like the third or fourth date. It's not when I just fucking meet you and I'm like walking down a fucking alley with you alone. Like,
well, they already know me because we've already been talking because I actually meet people in person, not online.
It's different. Yeah, well, they can understand your sense of humor. Isn't that crazy?
Even some of the girls that I have met online, and they're not through dating apps. These are like through social media. Some of the girls that I have met there, we talk so much, and you just ask Ashley. I don't send short messages. My stuff's like pages long. So when I send them my little mini novels, they actually know and get a good sense of who I am and my sense of humor. Mm-hmm. So when I say...
See why you don't date online?
Yeah. Yeah, because they only limit me to a couple hundred characters. I can't do it.
It's true. You probably struggle with Twitter. I can't even imagine. 120 characters? Sounds like that's the introduction.
Have you seen our Twitter page?
I'm going to lie and say yes.
It's just our show posts. That's it.
Yeah, it's just our shows. That's all it is.
It's about to change, though. But even some of the most recent stuff I put up, I called up one of my exes and I was like, could you help me with this? Because I can't do it. So the posts that you see out there right now were actually written by one of my ex-girlfriends.
I'm fucking dead. Bro, that's really funny. Like, I'm struggling. Why? What's going on? I can't do 100. I have 700,000 things written. That's very funny. I appreciate that, dude. That's hilarious.
I have 210 characters. I can't figure out how to bring it down. It's like, what?
I could see that happening, and that's hysterical.
Whatever the character limit is, I was exceeding it by like 50 characters, and I couldn't figure out how to. I couldn't.
That's funny. See, guys, this is why we are vehemently against online dating. These two stories, while hilarious in nature, there's actual stories that are horror stories. And obviously Thursday we'll talk more about that. But we cannot stress enough how not just dangerous, but how ridiculous.
It's just toxic.
Yeah, very toxic.
There's no other word for it. And online dating has now crept over into everybody's daily life. And that's what we're going to be talking about on Thursday.
Yeah.
And if you're lowering your expectations because of how you're being treated on online dating sites, listen to that show.
Mm-hmm.
This is stuff that, put it this way, eHarmony funded the research for that study, and it backfired on them.
Didn't go so well for them.
So with that, we will talk to you on the next one.
That's all for this episode of the Girls Ask Guys show, where all of us learn to master this thing called life together. For more answers to your questions on life and love, be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss a single episode. And head to girlsaskguyshow.com to submit your questions for a future episode or apply to be a guest on the show. Good luck out there, and we'll catch you next time, right here on the Girls Ask Guys show.